Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing my everyday makeup drawer update for the month of July. I'm back. I know I took a little bit of time away from YouTube. I just felt like I was a little bit burnt out and I really needed just a break to rest, reset, and kind of get re-inspired again to film and create content. And I feel like I've definitely done that. So thank you for letting me have a little bit of time off, but I'm so happy to be back, and this is a great video to come back with, the everyday makeup drawer, which is one of my favorites, if not my favorite video to film on this channel. So hope you enjoy it. If you're new to these videos, basically I take you with me through my makeup collection to pick out a bunch of new products that I keep here on my desk in my everyday makeup drawer container, and then we use some of the new products and do our makeup together. So that is what we're going to be doing today. If you're new here, my name is Blair. I do all kinds of beauty and makeup content here on YouTube every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I hope you'll subscribe, and let's get started. All right, you guys, it is time to pick out some new makeup. So this is what I've had in for the past month, and it's definitely time to put some new stuff in. I feel like I'm definitely getting bored of this stuff. I've used most of it quite a bit. So I have pretty much all my concealers and foundations up here, and then some lip products, brow products, mascara. One thing I am going to be actually getting rid of is this, the Kosas Revealer Foundation. I went to use this the other day, and this has such a terrible smell now. It smells like that weird Kosas smell that you always hear people talk about. That's what this smells like, and I was looking at the expiration and it expires this month. So this is going to be going because yeah, it smells terrible. So that's definitely going to go. Everything else I really enjoyed up here, honestly, like this NARS Tinted Moisturizer. This Makeup by Mario I found I like better when I mix it with something, which is good to know. So I've done that. I've been using this L'Oreal True Match Nude. And yeah, a lot of good stuff this month. I've had my primers. These primers I have not used much, but I have used these correctors, my powders, highlighters, face palette I've been using a lot. I've used this drawer a ton, literally everything in here except this. This is brand new. It's the new Surratt bronzer. I got this in PR like a week or so ago, and I just stuck it in here. But it's a really, really pretty bronzer. So I want to use this more, but that's kind of a new addition. But everything else I've had in for a month. And the eye stuff, some of my eye stuff is missing because I ended up putting it back during my declutter series that I was doing, but used everything in here for the most part. So I'm really happy with everything. And then the skincare stuff is pretty much always the same, but I'm going to go ahead and put this stuff away as always, and then we'll go through and pick out some new products. All right, let's pick out some new makeup. We're going to start up here, as always, with primer, foundation, concealer, and corrector. So we'll start with foundation, and then we'll move over to concealer. Okay, the first thing I think I'm going to put in is the Saie foundation, mainly because I think right now this shade is a good match for my skin tone. I have some self tanner on right now, so this is a little bit dark when I'm at my most fair, but right now I think it should work. This is not my favorite foundation. I don't dislike it, but it's definitely not a favorite. But I'm gonna go ahead and put that in for sure. What else? I think I'm also gonna do the Beauty Blender Skin Tint, again, because this is very close to my skin tone right now. Sometimes it can be a little bit dark, but I think this should be pretty good for right now. I kind of want to put in my Patrick Ta foundation again. Haven't used this lately, but I still love this foundation. So I think we'll do that, and that should be good for foundations and skin tints. For primers, which are like right here, first thing I want to put in is the Saie Glowy Super Gel, but the Star Glow color. So it's, or not Star Glow, Sun Glow. So this one is the bronzy color, just in case I want to do like, I don't know, concealer all over my face and do this as like a base maybe. I feel like this will help match my skin tone right now, so I want to put that in for sure. Honestly, I might put my Hydro Grip in because that's always a good one, especially this time of year. And I think that should be everything for primer. Okay, and for corrector, what should we do? Okay, I'm gonna put in this one. I have not put this in a long time, the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Vanish. Very good one, but I don't know, I haven't been reaching for that lately. And then I'm also gonna put in the new Huda Beauty one, the Faux Filter, because again, this is new and I wanna use it some more. I have Pink Pomelo and Peach. I definitely use Pink Pomelo the most just on its own, but I guess I'll put in the Peach one as well. I can kind of mix them. For concealers, I'm gonna put this in, the Saie concealer. I struggle with this one so bad. I really just don't know my thoughts on this. I go back and forth. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. I have a lot of Saie products in this time though, with the foundation and that glowy super gel, so I'm gonna put that in again. I am gonna put this in. Haven't used this lately, the Quickie Concealer from Urban Decay. This is actually really good. I don't know why, I've been really neglecting this one. So I'm gonna put that one in for sure. Honestly, might put in my NARS Soft Matte concealers. So I have two of them. One is lighter for when I'm like my natural skin tone, which is Madeline, and then I have Custard, which is a little bit darker. I love those so much though. I haven't put those in an everyday drawer in a while. So I kind of want to do that, and then maybe one more concealer. I think I might put in Maybelline Age Rewind. I haven't used that one lately either. And let's see, anything else? No, I think that's good for this drawer. For powder, highlighter, and face palettes. Okay, I am gonna put this in, the Givenchy Prisme Libre powder. I feel like I am one of the very few people that, I obviously own this powder, but I don't get a ton of use out of it. I know people just love it and rave about it, and it's nice, but I don't know. I don't reach for it often, but I've also never had it in like my everyday makeup rotation. So I'm gonna do that and see if I can get some more use out of it. What else is in here? I think I'm gonna put this in, the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop powder. This is pretty new to my collection, but the times I've used this, I've really liked it. So I'm gonna put that in, and then I also have my Kosas Cloud Set powder in, because that's in my project pan. So I think that should be good for powders. For a highlighter, I'm gonna put in the Merit in Kava. I really like this. I need to use it more. So I think this time, I don't always put in more than one highlighter, but I might this time. I think I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna do this little baby Bobbi Brown highlighter in, what is this, Pink Glow? Yeah, but that should be everything for this drawer. All right, for blush and bronzer. Gosh, this is the hardest thing for me ever. Okay, I know I want one of these Armani blushes. I think is it this one? Yeah. This one is shade 50. It's kind of a peachy pink, but it's really pretty. This is the one that has a little bit of glow in it. It's not a satin finish. It has a bit more luminosity to it. So I'm gonna put that in for sure. I'm gonna put in Merit Blush Balm in Beverly Hills. Picking a lot of Merit this time around. Oh, I'm also gonna put this little Rare Beauty mini in the shade Joy. I don't use Joy that much, but it's a really good, pretty color for summertime. It's a really beautiful peachy color. I'm gonna put that in. Maybe we'll do a Saie blush also. This is the shade Rosy, although I think it's kind of strange to me this shade is called Rosy because to me it's very peachy, but I like the color, so I'll put that in. And then I want to do a few powders too. Okay, I want to do Charlotte Tilbury in Ecstasy. This one, I was thinking about this the other day. I have not used this lately, but this is such a pretty blush. Anytime, but especially in summer. It's very like sun-kissed, peachy, pinky, perfect color. I love that one. So I'm going to put that one in. All right, I have to put another one of these in because I can't get enough of these. I know you're seeing these everywhere right now, but truly this is just absolute perfection in a blush formula. I'm just telling you. This one is Pinch Me Pink. So this, let's see. I don't know which colors I've showed you on my channel, but Pinch Me Pink is beautiful. So is Perfect Pink. Perfect Pink is just more cool toned. But I've used Perfect Pink quite a bit, and I've used Barely Blushing. I probably use Barely Blushing the most. But we're going to put in Pinch Me Pink. All right, and I think I need to stop there for blush because I'll just keep picking stuff. So let's go to bronzer. Okay, the first one I know I want to put in is, I feel like I'm picking a lot of Saie products. Saie and Merit for some reason. I don't know, I guess that's the mood I'm in today. But this one, I pulled this out, I don't know, probably like a week or so ago. I wasn't filming or anything, but I pulled this out and I used this. I liked it more than I remembered liking it in the past. I don't really know why, but I'm going to pull that out again and get some more use out of it. Also, since we're talking about Merit, we're going to do the Merit bronzer stick. This is like the most sheer bronze ever, truly. I mean, this almost kind of blends away. Sometimes you have to kind of almost over apply this. All right, I'm going to do the Sephora collection. And is this Mallorca? Yeah, Mallorca. This is a great matte bronzer. I picked that up during the Sephora sale and I really like it. Oh, there's so many bronzers that I want to use right now. Let's do Pat McGrath in Nude Honey, and that should be good for here. All right, moving on. Let's do brow products. I'm gonna put this Morphe brow gel in, this clear one. This is, I would say, like halfway used up, so I'm gonna put that in. I'm gonna put the Surratt brow pencil in. I feel like I don't have like a huge brow selection, which is fine with me. I'm gonna put this in. I've been loving this Benefit 24-hour brow set, and I think that's good for brows. Eyeliner. I'm gonna put the Persona liner in, but I'm gonna do it in the shade Plum. I don't use this shade too much, but I don't know. I feel like a different color eyeliner is really nice to do, especially in summer. So I'm gonna do the Give Line It Up pencil as well in Greener Pastures. I'm gonna do Charlotte Tilbury Rocking Coal in, oops, that needs to be sharpened, Barbarella Brown. So this is kind of like a liquid liner, but it's a pencil and it works in your waterline. So we'll do that and that should be good there. I'm gonna put the Maybelline Sky High primer in. Usually I haven't even been using this as a primer. I've just been using it like a regular mascara. So I'm gonna put that in. This is almost used up, so I'm gonna put this in again, the Falsy Surreal. I really have enjoyed that mascara a lot. I would buy that again. This is almost used up too, the Tarte one. So we'll put that in and that should be good for mascara. All right, for single shadows, let's do Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize in Exagger Eyes. Really good one and done eyeshadow, which by the way, that video is coming. I know I've been talking about it, but I'm working on it. It will be coming. I'm gonna put my MAC paint pot in. I thought this was kind of dried out, but actually I've been using it and I think it still works. I think I might put this Ilia eye powder or matte eye tint in Adobe. It's just a really pretty kind of warm brown. The Armani eye tint in 22M. Of all the ones I've tried, this color is my favorite. It's so pretty. It's a little bit warm, not as warm as like this Ilia one. It's just a really, really pretty color. So I'm gonna put that in there too. I feel like I need like a kind of a sparkly, ooh, let's put in Space Cowboy. Yeah, let's do Space Cowboy too. All right, we're gonna stop there. I think that's good. So that should be it for in here. All right, for lip products, okay, I'm gonna put, this is random, but this Patrick Ta gloss. She's an influencer. It's like a really beautiful pink with gold and pink shimmer in it. Pretty. I haven't used it in a while, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do Pat McGrath gloss in Flesh Fantasy. That's another good one. I'm gonna put at least one of my Makeup by Mario Moisture Glows in. This is Apricot Glow. It's kind of a peachy color. Let's do, where is Love Trap from Charlotte Tilbury? I love that one. Ooh, this is good too, actually. Pillow Talk 2. I'm gonna put that in from Charlotte Tilbury. But I really want Love Trap is like one of my favorites. Probably one of my favorite lip liners, actually. No, I can't find it. Ooh, I'm gonna do Work of Art also from Tower 28. There it is. Love Trap. Said it once, I will say it again. One of the most underrated lip liner colors from Charlotte Tilbury. Nobody talks about it. Kind of like Iconic Nude and Pillow Talk 2. It's a really pretty color. I'm gonna do NYX Nude Beige. I got rid of a lot of my lip liners, I guess. Let's do NYX Retractable in Natural. All right, I'm gonna do a few lipsticks, even though I haven't been super into lipstick lately. I'm gonna do Rare Beauty in, oops, Worthy. Really pretty rose color. Also gonna do this BK Beauty in Empower. It's the prettiest orangey red. I really want to do like, I don't know, some type of makeup look and make this kind of the focus maybe. So I'm gonna put that in too. What else do we have in here? I'm obsessed with these. I have two of them and I love them. The new Candy Gloss from YSL. This is the light pink one. They're so pretty. I'm gonna put that in. And we'll throw in Merit lipstick in Baby too. This is just kind of a nice neutral pink. And all right, I think that's good. Okay, then we have the eyeshadow palettes down here. I'm gonna do first Charlotte Tilbury Super Nudes. I love. Haven't used it in a while. It's kind of a staple palette for me. Let's do this little palette. Going Coconuts, which I love, but I really have not been using this one at all. So we'll put that in there. I might put this new MAC palette in. Yeah, the Unfiltered Nudes. I think we'll do that, and that should be good for palettes. Got everything put back in. So I pretty much kept it the same format that I've been doing. So I have foundations, concealer, and corrector. More concealer, corrector, and foundation in here. Primers are back there. Lip products, lip gloss, lip liner. Put my brow pencil in there also. All the blushes and bronzers. I actually have more space in here, surprisingly, so I could probably add a few things, but this is just highlighter and powder. I have all my eye stuff. I moved my mascaras down here this time. I don't know if I'm gonna like that or not, but I did that, and then everything else for the eyes is there. And then this drawer, I just kept the same, which is all my skin kind of stuff. So that is it. So let's go ahead and do our makeup using some of these products. All right, let's go ahead and do some makeup together. But first I want to do just a little bit of skincare. So I'm going to go into this Good Molecules eye cream because it's been a little while since I did my skincare this morning. So I want to add a little bit more under my eyes. And this is the SPF that I've really been liking, the Skin 1004 Madagascar Centella Hylucica Water Fit. It has a very long name, but I've really been liking it. It reminds me of the Beauty of Joseon. I like this one because it's really, really thin, and the white cast is non-existent on this, and it's SPF 50. Which I love, and it does really well under makeup. And then I'm just doing a little bit of my City Lips, the clear one, on my lips. All right, let's move into the makeup. So I'm gonna start with this Milk Hydro Grip Primer. I'm just gonna use like one pump of it. I'm not gonna use a ton. I find that I definitely use this the most in the summertime just because anything that can kind of help your makeup really grip onto your face is really nice in the summertime. So I'm gonna kind of put this all over, but I'm mainly really focusing it on the center of my face. Okay, for corrector, we're gonna use Charlotte Tilbury Magic Vanish. I realize I have not used this in a long time. This used to be like one of my most used correctors, but I have not used it lately. I figured we'll pull it out and use it today. This is a really good one. I do use shade medium in this one. Okay, for foundation, skin tint today, I'm gonna use the Beauty Blender Bounce. This is not one that I pull out and use like ever. And the only reason really is the shade can sometimes be a little bit dark, but I think actually right now it should be a pretty good match because I do have on some self tanner. So this is shade Light 5. I'm gonna use a Smashbox blurring foundation brush, which I love. And actually, I just noticed the other day I was on the Ulta app, and it looks like Ulta is now selling some of the Smashbox brushes, which is very exciting because before they were kind of hard to find. Only like Macy's carry them and the Smashbox website. but it looks like now you can get them on Ulta, which is really, really nice. And Smashbox brushes are really, really good. I've been using the ones that I have really since the beginning of my YouTube channel, like this one. I have like 3 of these. Very similar to the 106 from BK Beauty that I use all the time. It's very, very similar to that one. They're really, really nice quality though. All right, for concealer, I'm going to use this one. This is the Urban Decay Quickie Concealer. This is shade 30 NN. And this is actually a really good concealer. I don't know why I haven't been pulling this out and using it, but it's very, very nice. It gives quite a bit of coverage, so you really don't need a lot of it. I'm gonna add a little bit on my face, like under where my bronzer and blush will go, just to kind of add a little bit of the brightness throughout my face, since this is a good bit lighter than that skin tint. And then I'm just gonna use that same Smashbox brush to blend this in. Yeah, I feel like I don't hear anyone talk about this concealer. I remember when I first got it, I used it in a video and I really liked it. And then, I don't know, I guess I just, like we do a lot of the time, started using other things and just kind of forgot about it, but it's nice. Okay, and then I do like to switch to a smaller brush for under my eyes. So I'm using the F03 from Sigma. This brush is a little bit more on the fluffy side, so you can really kind of spread products a lot with this, since it's kind of has a lot of movement to it, I guess is what you would say. For bronzer, we're gonna use the Saie Sunmelt in light bronze. So I was saying earlier when I picked this out, I pulled this out, I don't know, like a week or 2 ago, just randomly one day, and I used it and I actually forgot how much I liked this. I remember not liking it as much for some reason, but then when I used it the other day, I loved it. So wanted to pull it out and use it a little bit more. I feel like actually now that I have a little bit more color naturally and then a little bit of self-tan on, this color works a little bit better. Because I feel like when I am more fair, this one is a little bit dark at times, but right now it's a really good color. All right, for blush, I'm gonna use, again from Saie, the Dew Blush in the shade Rosy. Figured since we used the bronzer, we could use the blush too. I haven't used this in a long time. I don't remember how pigmented this is, so pretty pigmented, but it's blending out fine. I'm just gonna go over it a little bit with a sponge, but this color is really pretty. It's called Rosy, but I feel like, I don't know, I just don't see this as like a super rosy color, but that is the name. I think this is the lightest shade that they make. All right, I'm gonna set my face with a little bit of powder. This is the NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop powder in the shade Light. And I'm just gonna lightly set my face with this. Like I'm barely touching my skin because I don't want a ton of powder, but I do want to kind of set this down in place. I really like this powder actually. It's pretty new to my collection, but the times I have used it, I really enjoy it. I think it actually does a really good job of kind of blurring your skin. I'm gonna add a little bit of Merit Day Glow Balm in Kava. Ooh, that's pretty. Maybe should not have done this after powder, but we're just gonna try it. I'm gonna take just a little bit of the Armani Luminous Silk Blush. This is the shade 50. It's kind of, or it is one of the blush, or the only blush from Armani that has a little bit of shimmer in it. I'm not adding a lot, just a little. This is another one of the Smashbox brushes I use all the time, the Buildable Cheek brush. Alright, I'm gonna lightly fill in my brows now. I'm just kind of brushing through them. I'm gonna use the NYX Micro Brow in Cool Ash Brown. I'm gonna use a little bit of my very sad looking MAC paint pot. It's kind of dry, but I found that I can kind of warm it up with my finger and it still works. So I'm still using it. This one is in the shade Painterly. So I'm just kind of tapping this on with my finger. I'm gonna do one of my little Armani eye tints today. This is my favorite shade of all of them that I've tried. It's the shade 22M. So it's a matte shade. It does not have any shimmer in it. So I just kind of paint a little bit of it on. My favorite brush to apply this with is the MAC 217. And this is just such a pretty color. So you can add less if you want it to be less pigmented, or more if you want it to be a little bit darker. But this shadow in this color is just such a perfect one and done eyeshadow to me. And then we may go in and add a little bit of sparkle with something else. Also, if you use single shadows, cream shadow sticks, or like a liquid shadow like this, and you do not have the MAC 217 brush, I highly recommend it. I don't know what it is, but the shape of it, it's just the perfect brush to blend this type of product out. It's my favorite by far for creams and liquids on the eyes. Okay, I'm gonna use just a little bit of Urban Decay Space Cowboy, but I'm like barely tapping into it. Like, I don't want a lot. I just want like the smallest bit of shimmer, like really scattered shimmer. So if you want that look with this, you literally just tap. You do not need a lot of it. And just use your finger and like lightly tap it on, and still you get a little bit of that shimmer, but not like too much. Okay, and then I'm gonna take a little bit of eyeliner. I've kind of been in an eyeliner phase again. I definitely go through phases where I don't wear it as much and then I'm back into it again. I'm in a phase where I'm back into it again. So I'm gonna take the Charlotte Tilbury Rockin' Coal in Barbarella Brown, and I'm gonna add a little like tiny bit of this on the very outer corner of my eye. I'm not bringing it in. I'm not really even trying to wing it out. I'm just kind of applying a little bit there. I'm gonna use the 208 from BK Beauty and kind of smudge that out just a little bit further in, and then I'm gonna flip it over and try to just pull it out very slightly for a little bit of a wing, but not anything super detectable, you know? I'm gonna use the Tarte tubing mascara in this little mini size. If you own this mascara, let me know if you own the regular size, so the full size, or if you have a mini size, because I love the mini, but I've heard a few people say that the full size, the formula is not the same. I don't know if that's true or not, but I have seen that several times. So I'm curious if you own this. What do you think? Okay, for lip liner, I'm going to use the Tower 28 one liner in Work of Art. I'm going to take a little bit of Rare Beauty lipstick in Worthy. And then I really want to add a gloss, I think. I think I'm gonna do, I love these things, I have to say, these new YSL Candy Glaze lip balms. This is shade 02. Alright, you guys, that's going to be it for this month's everyday makeup drawer video. Hope you enjoyed it. I love filming these. As always, I always look forward to it. So I hope you liked it. I will have everything I used today listed and linked below for you as always. They are affiliate links, so I do make a commission if you shop through them. Make sure to subscribe if you have not already and follow me on Instagram at simply.blair and TikTok simply.blair1. And I will see you next time. Remember, simply be you. Bye.